math lesson is ready today for Thursday, April 2nd. For math today, you will need your speed drill, lesson 126. Looks like this. There you go. That's what it looks like. And you will need pages 251 to pages 252 out of your book. So in normal fashion, let's start with our speed drill. Be sure your name is at the top. Some lovely designs there for you to draw. Ooh, lots going on there. So lesson 126, you'll have 2 minutes. What table? 9. You got it. Make sure you have your 9 division table or multiplication table handy. If you need to grab that, just pause the video, grab it, and then come back, okay? All right, so if you're ready, this is going to be a quick one, 2 minutes. Ready? Go. Okay, time is up. There. Okay, so if you would please put your speed drill to the side. I'll do this one more time. I'm not going to time today. Today in Around the World, we're just going to do one table today. We're just going to practice with our 10 table today. And let me see. Cam. Hey, Cam. So around the world today, we're just going to do the 10 table. It's going to be me and you, Cam. You might get me. You never know. I might be a little bit slow these days. You never know. So if you want to join us and see if you can beat us in Around the World, we'll play Around the World today. Okay? Excuse me. Let me turn that off real quick. You have to excuse some of these sounds you hear sometimes as we're recording. Okay? All right, Cam. You know this is not the one. But let's go. I'm going to put this one behind and we'll come back to that. All right, ready? You might be a little bit ahead of me, but here we go. Ready? 110. Good job. All right, ready? 60. Psst. I'm sure you're getting me because I'm slow to see it. Ready? 80. I probably lost again, didn't I? Let's see. 70. I'm probably too slow. Let me get a little bit closer. Ready? 120? Right? Yes, 120. I think I was quick on that one. Ready? 40. Maybe I was a little faster on that one. Ready? 20. I'll try not to look. I'll try not to look as I'm taking them down. Ready? 0. I know you got me. I was a little bit slower that time. Ready? 50. Probably still slow. Ready? 30. Here we go. 10. I wanted to say 1. This is harder than it looks, isn't it? I know. Ready? Ready? 100. Ready? 90. Okay. I better drink some more coffee tomorrow before I try to do these again. Good job. So that was kind of a little practice with the 10 table. That's an easier table, so I think we should be okay with that one. So we will try to go over that again another day. I've got to get Rachel and Kathleen back up here. I'll get Kathleen when she has her next day off to come and play around the world with us. All right. So let's look today at our new concept. Page 251 and 252. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that when you look at the top page of the page for our new concept box where it says remainders as fractions, somebody call Rebecca because I don't know what is going on in that box, but that box, the words are correct, but there is no way that 36 times 5 is 37. I don't know what happened right there. So I just don't even want you to look at that. Just take a little sticky note if you need to, or you can mark it out with your pencil. Don't even try to figure it out because it's not right. 3 divided by 5 is 3? No, that is not right. Don't even look at it. But I do want you to look at the words. To write a remainder as a fraction, write the remainder as the numerator and the divisor as the denominator. Okay, so I want you to look up here at me because we're going to start with 1A, and I'm going to teach you how to do this, okay? You have 13 divided by 2, okay? This is just like around the world, except now we have remainders, right? So we're going to have to kind of think through this a little bit. Now, for the first couple, I don't know if you just want to use the number 13 in its entirety, or if you want to slide over and do the 0 step. I'm going to do the 0 step just this first time so that you can see what to do, okay? So 1 divided by 2, we're using our 2 table. Can't do it. It's 0. 0 times 2 equals 0. We subtract. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 smaller than 2. So then we bring down our 3. And then here we have 13 divided by 2. How close can we get without going over? 6. That's right. So we pop the 6 up here. 6 times 2 equals 12. You would subtract 3 minus 2 equals 1, and 1 minus 1 would be 0. Don't put the 0, okay, for right now. When you get to the end in your remainder, don't put this 0 here. You're not going to be able to use it in the remainder. Now, this is the new part of the concept right here. Usually, we would come up and we would write remainder 1, right? But our new concept today is we're writing the remainder as a fraction. So the fraction has 2 parts, the numerator and the denominator. So I'm going to take my remainder. I don't want to write 0, 1 in my fraction. That's not going to look right. So I'm going to take my 1 as my numerator. I'm going to draw my dividing line. My denominator is the table we're using, 2. So my answer would be 6. Let me take the R off. I was just trying to show you remainder a while ago. We don't want a remainder 1/2, but I apologize for that. Take off that R. I was just saying we would normally come up and write the remainder. But here, we don't want the remainder. We want a whole number. I apologize for that. So take off the R because we don't want 6 remainder 1/2. We want a good mixed number here. 6 1/2 would be our answer. Okay, let's do another one together. This will get easier as we do a couple. Let's do 1B together. 15 divided by 4. Okay, if you want to use the 0 step, you can. But you can just look at this as 15 divided by 4. How close can I get on my 4 table to 15 without going over? 12. That's right. What would we use? 4 times 3. So go up here. Make sure your 3 is over your 5 because we're taking 15 in its entirety. 3 times 4 would be 12. We subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. 1 minus 1 is 0. We don't have anything, 3 is smaller than 4, nothing to bring down, so we're finished. So now, we're not going to write the R. We want a mixed number. So to have my mixed number, I'm going to take my remainder as my numerator. The table we used, what table did we use? 4, as my denominator. So we have, our answer is a mixed number of 3 3/4. Okay? All right, let's look at 1C. Hope you're kind of getting the hang of this a little bit. 29 divided by 5. Okay, 29 divided by 5. How close can we get to 29 on our 5 table without going over? 25. So what times 5 gives us 25? 5. Right. So now we're going to multiply and make sure that it's over the 9, stating that you're using the whole number of 29. If you wanted to do the 0 step, your 0 would be here over the 2. 5 times 5 is 25. We subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4. 2 minus 2 is 0. 4 is smaller than 5. Nothing else to bring down. So we're ready to write our remainder as a fraction. Remember, no R's. We are taking the remainder of 4. And to use the fraction, 4 as the numerator, the table we're using, the divisor, 5 as the denominator. Okay? Let's keep going. I'll do one more with you, then I'm going to let you do E on your own. 20 divided by 3. 20 divided by 3. 3 is our divisor here. 3 is our table we're using. How close can we get to 20 without going over? 18, right? Because 21 would be too much. So what are we going to use? What times 3 gives us 18? 6. Make sure it's over the 0. 6 times 3 is 18. You have two choices here. 18 lives very close to the 20 family. They're side by side. The teen family, then the 20 family. You can just count and you can say 18, 19, 20. There's 2. Or if you wanted to borrow, that's fine. You would come next door, make the 2 a 1. The 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 8 equals 2. Whatever you want to do there. 2 is smaller than 3, nothing to bring down. So now we're going to write, because it says write each remainder as a fraction. So don't put the R when it says to do that. So we're going to take 2 for our numerator, because that's the remainder. And what is the denominator? The table we're using, 3. So our answer would be 6 2/3, that mixed number. Okay, so you can do E there on your own. And if you get kind of stuck, just rewind the video a little bit and go through the steps there. Okay, let's look at number 2. Solve the story problems. Number 2 will be a 2-step problem. There were 492 people at the concert at Pinewood Christian School on Friday night. Good, got that information. On Saturday night, there were 156 more people than on Friday. Does that tell you how many were there on Saturday? No, it tells you how many more were there, but you've got to do some solving there. So your first step is you're going to add 492, because that's how many were there Friday night, plus how many more? 156. Then you have the total for Saturday. Well, now the question says how many people were there at the concerts. Right, you're going to add those 2 numbers together. They're leaving out a piece of information that you need to solve for. But once you solve for it, then you can answer the question. 2B, Diego checked out a library book that had 150 pages in it. By Thursday, he had to read 1/3 of the book. How many pages were left to read? Okay, so for 2B, you're going to need to divide, is going to be your first step. Okay, and you're going to divide, how many pages is the book? 150, divided by what? What portion does he have to read? 1/3. So we're going to take 150 divided by 3. That will tell you the number that he has to read. Then it says how many pages are left to read. Initially it was 150. You're going to take that number when you divide and then subtract, and it'll tell you how many he'll have left to read after that. Number 3, follow the signs. I would like for you to do B, C, and D. Let me grab a pencil so I can mark those in my book. B, C, and D. And remember, when you're adding and subtracting fractions, don't change the denominator. In multiplication and division, you can. Not in addition and subtraction. Okay? So B, C, and D. Number 4, divide and check on the back. Yay! Number 4, A and B, no remainders. That's great. And you can start with the 0 step or short divide, whatever you want to do. You can say 1 divided by 8 or 13 divided by 8. The more of these that you do, you may start leaving off that 0 step. Number 5, color to show the temperature for each thermometer. Remember that you are counting by 2s on a thermometer. So if you have 30 degrees, 32 degrees, what is this going to be in between? 31, right? So just remember that as you are filling those in. Number 7, reduce to lowest terms. I need to pause here for 1 second, okay? I need to go over one of these real quick with you. Reduce. Now, they're not giving you the number, right? So you're going to have to come up with the number. That's what we were working on last week. If you need to reference those videos, they're still there for you. Now, they don't give you the number. You have to think, what is the highest number, the highest table that we see both 16 and 20? Do not use 1. There's something higher than 1. Never, ever, never, ever use the one table to reduce. There's always something higher that you can reduce it even smaller. Do not use the one table. Okay? So obviously we see 16 and 20 on the 2 table. 3 table? No. 4 table? We see 16 and 20 in our product line, right? So here we would use 4. So I'm going to rewrite this under it, divided by 4 over 4. Okay, 16 divided by 4, 4. 20 divided by 4, 5. So your answer there would be 4/5. You can't just use 2 every time. Okay? So is everybody okay with those? Like I said, if you, those videos are still available if you need to reference back to them. But you're looking at your tables and you're saying, like for 7B, 15/20. What is the highest table that I see both 15, wait a minute, sorry, both 15 and 20 on? And it's not the 1. No one tables, ever. Okay, so 15 and 20. 5. So we would, in your book, there's a blank. I'm going to rewrite it 15/20 divided by, keep going, 5 over 5 equals 3. 20 divided by 5 is 4. So the answer there is 3/4. Okay? All right, and then you have your brain booster. Write the word that shows how each shape moved. Did it slide? Did it flip? Or did it turn? Okay? So you have that to do. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask someone to text me. Rewind the video again if you need to. Do what you need to do there. I'll be glad to answer any questions for you. So your assignment is to finish page 251 and 252 today. All right? And if you're following along in our day, our next subject will be math reading. Okay?